For a team that seems to have the same problems over and over and over and over again, they do at least do us the common courtesy of making sure they screw everything up in a slightly new flavor that gives us something new and weird to talk about. Welcome to the show. It's going to be a doozy.
This is KC Sports Network, proudly presented by Emprise Bank.
And hey, look, I'm sure you're a Chiefs fan watching this now. You probably didn't have a great time watching Bills Chiefs, but at least you didn't drive down from Minnesota and then miss your podcast because you're driving back to Minnesota after the game. It could be worse, I suppose, as Seth Kaiser makes the long trek back up to the Great White North. It's myself, Joshua Brisco, alongside Nate Taylor with you here for this edition of Only Weird Games. Nate, how are you doing?
Well, Josh, sometimes it's about sacrifice and teamwork and accountability. And, when Seth can't be here, I know I got to rise to the occasion, right? I have to be here to be both a reporter, an analyst. I can't even talk. I'm coming off the COVID list, literally. Shout out to our lovely folks at Sandlot, because man, this hoodie is comfortable. I am in my most comfortable state, willing to try to provide clarity and some proper perspective. Well, Josh just has the privilege, need I say the honor, Josh, of 10 hours of her husband complaining something to the effect of just why? I mean, I just picture them in the car, these two lovebirds, and him going Nancy Kerrigan for 10 straight hours. Why? Why, God? Why? Why did I do this to myself? Why do I have such lovely friends who are welcoming, and why do I root for the team that just happens to have the best quarterback on earth? And why didn't Kadarius Toney check with the down judge? Or why didn't the down judge check with Kadarius Toney? Or why did the most incredible football play just not count? So look, as some of you all know, I had the vid. It was not great, but I am here, and yeah, Paul, we still here, baby. Paul DeSantis, we still here. We can have the virus and we can still be here. Hallelujah! Thank you to the medical expertise. But look, Josh, it's one thing to be in the press box and be like, whoa. I see yellow handkerchief on the field. It's one thing to see that from the press box. It's another to see that thing go from touchdown to yellow flag indicator on CBS's broadcast, and then to tell your 8-year-old son, hey man, hold on a second. Yeah, but they're probably gonna lose now. Like they're probably gonna lose. So I'm ready to give all my thoughts because I chose to try to rest, and I really wasn't on Twitter much yesterday. I still wrote a story for The Athletic. And obviously my great editor Mike Samson was obviously just great to deal with. Just like, hey, can't be there, but obviously you're gonna write as best you can. And yeah, I think I missed the game of the season, and that's kind of wild. But at the same time, at least I have all of us to really give, I think, proper perspective, not just about yesterday, but as a season overall, and then really what it means moving forward. Because these next 4 weeks aren't just the season. they're also about like the future of the Mahomes era to an extent, in my opinion.
Oh, I love that. I love a good big picture swing. And I think calling it the game of the season ends up being fair, not because it was the best game of the season or the most
No,
fun game of the season,
nope.
but it may have been the most all-encompassing game of the season, the most quintessential game of the Chiefs year, because it did have a bunch of our favorite players, self-inflicted mistakes, referee drama, questionable placement by at least 3 different receivers at various times here and there. So we have a lot of things that feel relatively normal at this point. Things that would have formerly been weird that are now kind of like, yeah, just things that happen during Chiefs games. Which is why, even though it's not the thing I want to spend the most of the show on, I think it's at least the most newsworthy, especially. And man, I don't know how you even process not being there for pressers yesterday, Nate, because I have never seen Patrick Mahomes like that on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
I have never heard Andy Reid like that at a podium, and I have never heard
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Mahomes like that at a podium. And I've never heard a ceiling tile fall on a couple members of the media during Chris Jones's time at the podium. These are all things that happened after the game. At least the first two related to the refereeing. The third one, I don't know. That maybe that one's about getting that tax bill passed pretty soon to start those Arrowhead renovations. I'm not sure. Maybe if they can cuss Todd Lebo, they could get some points in the polls. I don't know.
Hey, they said, hey, where they at? Where they at? Where they at? Okay. Hey, you ready to pop it?
Pop
Okay.
it.
Move a little to the right. Move a little to the right. Pop it on them. Like the ceiling tile came out. Like, thank you, Pass Lou. Yes, the roof kind of caved in.
Yeah, the sky is literally falling at Arrowhead.
Perhaps
Literally.
on the season, perhaps on a 50-year-old stadium that's, they tell us is iconic and historic, and like the house that Lamar Hunt built. Hey, pop the ceiling. Like there's no better time than now. Hey, you up there? You up there? Pop it on him. Pop it on him. You see Talibo? Yeah, I got eyes on Talibo. Are we ready? Pop it on him. Like. Also, by the way, PJ Green from I believe Fox 4 was the one who caught a ceiling tile.
What a hero.
In probably a less of a drop percentage in the Chiefs receivers this season. Can I say that?
Definitely. No question. No question.
Now look, he's only had one ceiling target this year.
Yeah, 1 for 1.
But he's 1 for 1. He caught it. I mean, he prevented maybe a hospital bill or two. Yeah. So there's 2 examples I'll give kids about Patrick Mahomes and his anger, his fury. There are 2 times in my time covering the Chiefs where he had a similar level of, an angle of a level of anger that was seething, right? That was apoplectic. The first example, and nobody remembers this because it was not on camera, and I think it actually took Patrick a little bit of time to sort of come to grips with the fact that it was the 2018 AFC Championship game. No one saw this. This was only in the locker room. Yes, you could describe it as passion. Utterly distraught that they lost that game in the AFC Championship game to the New England Patriots in overtime after they didn't score at all in the first half. And it was only behind, the television cameras. And what's so fascinating about that is he has to sort of stomach it all. Maybe less than like 30 feet away from him is D Ford, who's contemplating perhaps the biggest moment of his career, for also being offsides. And then of course he gets the knock and they say, hey, Tom Brady wants to talk to you. And he goes, wait, what? And so that's when him and Tom really build their relationship, is Tom Brady coming to him and saying, like, I know you're frustrated, but like you are doing things so well at such an early stage of your career. Like, I'm almost giving you Jedi Knight training as we speak. Like, I'm like, you are my young Padawan, even though I cannot let you win another game. the second time that I've seen Patrick Mahomes this upset, and this is, I think, instructional for where the season might go next, right? It is the 2019. I remember we did the podcast on Times Ours the day after. It's 2019 when they lose to the Tennessee Titans. And guys, as I've said before, the man entered the locker room from the shower area, right? So he's in one corner of the room. He is drinking a plastic bottle of water in the most infuriated way I've ever seen a human drink a bottle of water. I mean, just squeezing it till the life is out of it. But also, no drops of water. No drips, no drops. Takes it all in. Doesn't say anything. Just kind of eyes everybody. He has great peripheral vision. We all know this. He probably noticed that. I noticed that, like, I probably shouldn't talk to him, but man, he is. What did that water bottle do to you? And of course, he's coming back. If people forget, he's coming back from a dislocated kneecap. Yeah. In which he threw a jump pass to McCole Hartman to save the game that ultimately was doomed by special teams errors. So all the way from one corner of the locker room to the opposite diagonal corner of the locker room, doesn't say anything, just takes his anger out on a bottle of water while never letting a drip of it go. They never lost a game in the 2019 season. Now, you might say, Nate, this ain't 2019. And I'm saying, baby, you right. The point is, this is the first time he's shown the same amount of frustration and anger and cursing in public. He's never done that before. And sure, you could say that the target is you got to put the anger somewhere, and it's better to let it out than to internalize it. But man, that wasn't great. That wasn't great, Josh. Yeah. And so, who's right? The referees are right. The officiating is right. The rule book is right. And the season comes down to how do these guys respond? How do these guys understand that they mentally broke yesterday because their head coach and their quarterback, their top two leaders, mentally broke, even though there's physical evidence to say he's offsides. He cannot be more offsides. He's offsides. And maybe it's fortunate that they get the New England Patriots in the rebound game, but they have to figure out a way to respond. And I think it makes the depth of the season even more, because now we're in a place where they have to shift through their own issues, and they're really forced to address them in a way that they have never had to do before in the Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid era, when it comes to offense and a lack of execution and ultimately a lack of concentration. But I've seen Patrick Mahomes upset before. It's just the rest of the world didn't see it until yesterday. And how they respond is going to be really, really fascinating moving forward.
Yeah, and look, I don't want to. If we can get away from the offsides call within the first 15 minutes of this show, that'd be a win for me. Because I host a post-game show, and that did not go away in the first 15 minutes last night. But the Dan Orlovsky video that we just, I both watched just a little bit before the show.
Yikes!
That one's a little spicy, where it's Dan Orlovsky saying, yes, Kadarius Toney was lining up offsides all night, and the refs never said anything, apparently. And that's kind of frustrating, because if you're lining up offsides all night and you get called for it on what ends up being the biggest play of the game, but you never got called for it on any, putzing around 2nd and 3 or whatever. Before that, you'd like to see some consistency there. And it seems like that's where a lot of the frustration came from. And then also Andy Reid talking today about the communication process with the refs, never hearing anything about that until that moment. And also, Kadarius Toney was lined up really far offsides. Creed Humphrey brings the ball back half a yard. Tony's lined way up. He kind of like gestures at the ref that he's supposed to be on the line. It wasn't really him checking and getting confirmation. So that out isn't really there. But on Andy Reid's post-game presser, my like hot take of the Monday is, I guess it's my hot take last night too. Mahomes is getting a lot of flack in the video where he's still cursing and talking about the call when he's having his handshake moment with Josh Allen. It doesn't look great. It's not great.
I think Josh Allen goes to Patrick to say what, like, he wants more clarification, right?
Yeah.
Because what's funny, I think to Josh Allen's naked eye, he can't tell
right
where the infraction is. So I think he goes to Patrick to say, good game. Obviously, there's a ton of respect, admiration. They don't need to say all that. That's mumbo jumbo. They've said that like 6 times. The issue is, hey, dog, what they say to you? What they say? You get an explanation? I couldn't tell. Like, and then it's not Josh's fault for him to be curious.
Yeah,
it just so happens that like it like reignited Patrick again, and then you saw what happened, which is him saying it was a terrible bleeping call. And but it isn't. Like, I don't know. It's not. Like, tell Cody that his foot. I'm gonna give a quick shout out to Holly real quick, who's had to do her normal work week. Well, obviously dealing with my nonsense. And I said, look, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, y'all. We know you on DraftKings. We know you on FanDuel. Okay?
Ideally, just DraftKings.
We know you on BetMGM.
Just DraftKings.
But mostly DraftKings. Okay? If you're going to split it up,
yes.
DraftKings got to get 50%, right? BetMGM and them other dudes, they get the 25, all right? But like, I'm saying that because BetMGM is the athletic sponsor, and DraftKings is for this show. So thank you, Lord DraftKings. With that being said, hey man, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry where the ball isn't round. But where is his foot?
Right.
The whole industry comes down to where is his foot? And do guys of a certain age know where to spot the ball? Okay. And hey, bring the chains out. Because that's an exact scientific, factual way to measure line to gain.
If necessary, grab a note card, fold it in half.
And possession of who has the football. Bring the chain gangs out. Okay. Actually, get off me with your AI. Get off me with your cyber tech, your chip in the ball, your next gen tracking data. No. Where is his foot? It is his foot where the football is. Is it parallel to the football? Okay. Like,
but you would think, in a sport called football, that might actually be a good thing. Maybe that's what Tony thought.
Multi-billions of dollars were decided potentially. Because where's Kadarius Toney's foot? Now, with that being said, Josh, can I bring it to a level that no one has said or thought about quite yet? Okay.
Yeah, please.
Can I bring it here before we move on from Footgate?
Yeah.
Kadarius Toney's foot. Now look, Kadarius, the ball's right there, baby. You just gotta peek. Give it a little peek, baby. Give it a little peek. Josh, is it Andy Reid's responsibility to tell Kadarius Toney where his foot should be before the play starts?
Not in that sense, no.
No. I mean, like, Andy Reid has to worry about when they gonna blitz us.
Yeah.
And
what's the next like play? Kadarius Toney is like a high school coach or elementary school coach or whatever, probably. And then
Hey. And of course, Andy's upset because, as Darren Orlovsky pointed out, and you so eloquently described, he been doing it all game. So if you ain't got an issue with it in the second quarter or the third quarter, don't come at me with this idea that like now he's offsides. Okay, from a human standpoint, I understand and I empathize with you. But also, coach, he not barely offside. He not an inch or two, like he said today. Right. His whole foot is covering the football. That's why homeboy had to go, hold up, is his foot where the football is? I didn't really try. Mike Carr's like, they not trying me. I'm the down judge. Don't try me in the biggest moment of the game. Oh no. When the ref has to do the hold up.
When you have to lean to see all is back there, it's
when the ref's like, all right, yep, second down, yep, 11 guys on the field, yep, see 7 on the line. Hold up.
Where's the football?
Where's the football? I can't see it.
Kadarius Toney's whole foot, but where's the ball?
So it's not Andy Reid's job. Is it Patrick Mahomes' job to tell Kadarius Toney where to put his foot is?
Not by an inch, no, or not by 3 inches, no.
Mahomes is like, who's the mic? What coverage are they in? What is the down and distance? Where's my initial read? Josh, whose job is it, baby? To tell Kadarius Toney where his foot gotta be or where he needs to adjust in the middle of the game.
I would like for Kadarius Toney to look at the football and realize it's probably his responsibility to get not offsides.
That's not what I asked you, baby. I mean, it's you're right.
Yeah.
But also,
you would make this about position coaches?
What's the receiver coach supposed to do?
I would think that, you got those tablets on the sidelines. You know, the one that Joe Cole smashed?
Yeah.
I would think that part of the point of having a position coach on the sideline with the tablet during game day would be to see things like Kadarius Toney lining up offsides every single play, and then maybe to note that and tell him to scoot back a little, just a little scooch back.
Hey, Kadarius, come here, dog. Hey, man, you read a hell of a play on the first series. I know we didn't score, but that was a hell of a Terrell Davis impersonation. I mean, you got upfield, you cut it up, and I tell you, baby. Now look here, real quick before we go back out there. See where the ball is? I just want to. Did the refs say anything? Well, okay, forget the refs. Just trust me on this. All right. See where Rashee Rice is? He right there. You see where he is? Now let me give it better for you. Now here's the Sharpie. Okay, the blue line. The blue line here is the line of scrimmage. You're here. All right. Now Justin Watson's on the green line, okay? I just want you to be right here, all right? Remember, I'm Connor Embry. This is my first time doing this. Please trust me, okay? Please trust me. I don't want to get yelled at on Monday by Andy, okay? All right? You know what happens? I get yelled at if you make a mistake. You know how many times I've been yelled at because y'all dropped the ball? Just trust me on this, baby. You own the blue line. Come on. So look, I don't know when we're going to talk to Connor Embry again, but I do know what?
Never.
That's his responsibility. Everybody else did the job well, except for Kadarius Toney. You're the position coach. That's your responsibility. It's a minor teaching point that you are supposed to give him. Whether that happened, I don't know. But I'm just saying.
He had offsides reps in the first half. They could have talked about it at halftime. Maybe have to make this happen on the sideline.
Yes. Look. I don't know what Chris Jones and Joe Cullen talked about, all right?
At least they were talking.
But they were talking, and somebody made a point.
Yep.
And if the player disagrees with it, cool. I did my job, coach. When we had a coaches meeting Sunday night or early Monday morning at 5 a.m., you bet not yell at me because, look, CBS got me. I was on Chris, okay? And then you see what happened? They didn't get another touchdown, okay? Because Chris got up in that you-know-what. Now look, this is the greatest argument for Eric Bieniemy's absence.
Yes.
The lack of the coordinator coming down to the and I saw this all the time. The coordinator come down to the position coach and be like, hey, we good? I'm thinking about doing this, and this, or Andy wants this, or me and Patrick have talked about this. Now that we set him up with this, but just so you know, if he holds, it ain't gonna be you and him. It's gonna be me and him next. Okay. So I just want to remind people that it's both small, but it's also so grand because it involves everybody. And the idea that Kadarius Toney could do that for an entire game and not be
coach.
Yes.
Coach.
Thank you for saying it. Because look. Again, I wasn't there. I wasn't at the game yesterday. I don't have the ability to see what the conversations on the sideline are the way I am for all the other games this season. But it's there. That's the last point I wanted to make is that, it is both the player and the coaching staff. And it's not totally Andy Reid's issue, because that's why you have assistant coaches. But either he's not coaching the assistant coaches well enough, or the assistant coaches aren't being as thorough in their coaching points to the players, or the players are just negligent. And so,
and that's all bad.
Yeah, and I just think Connor Emery's probably involved, because you would have to assume at some point you're a position coach there for a reason, both small and big, but your whole responsibility is that position. And we're going to get to, don't worry, Ross, we're going to get to the accountability piece. But that's just the last thing I want to say is what Dan Orlovsky showed you is if he can see that, Connor Emery's got to see that, or Matt Nagy's got to see that, or somebody like, I don't know, Joe Blameyer, the pass game coordinator. Like somebody's got to see that and get that to Kadarius. And if they did, cool. But if y'all didn't, then like that's just as bad of coaching as it is the ref saying, well, we saw it all game, but you didn't warn us. But we saw it all game. Why'd you choose to do it now? But we saw it all game. Why didn't you warn him? Because it was egregious. This is also the first time that Carl Cheffers has said something on the record where I've been like, wow, yeah, that's not the same man I read. Is that an accurate quote? Woo! It's so egregious we don't have to give a warning. Wow. Guys, it's gotten so low that Carl Cheffers is winning. He's beating you guys. Not because
Matt Derrick he had to begin his final question, and as he was the pool reporter there, Matt had to start his final question with I'm paraphrasing, I don't have it in front of me, but it was very, very close to. And I'm asking this respectfully, just because Andy Reid said it was embarrassing, but ... Like that's where we were at. That my last little thing on just like the Reid post-game side and Mahomes post-game, that, Nate, is a fabulous point and a devastating one because it's another tangible coaching problem. But I have some amount of empathy for Reid and Mahomes there from a precedent standpoint, where if you have literally, and according to the Sports Center graphic last night, Andy Reid has never had offensive offsides called as a head coach in the National Football League. And he's been a head coach for a minute. I just have to check my watch.
25 years.
And if
give or take.
If you see referees essentially break protocol and throw a flag on something you've literally never seen in your combined careers as Reid and Mahomes, man, I understand that you're walking around going, what the bleep just happened? Like, that's just not something that gets called. I saw the flag go up, and as the reality set on me, I thought, oh, great. Is this going to be a Juwan Taylor illegal formation? Is that going to be the thing here? I did not expect offsides offense number 8 or number 19. That is wild. That, again, because we don't hear that very often. Apparently, it's going around the league more now, but Andy Reid said today that wasn't like a point of emphasis they got in training camp when they have the refs in and all of that. But so I understand that. I also think the response would have been almost exactly the same if you flipped the orders of identical Bills and Packers games. The MVS no call was the egregious no call of the Chiefs last couple of weeks. That the defensive pass interference should have absolutely been called pass interference.
Yep.
But Mahomes even said post game, last week I didn't really say anything about all that because I don't want to be talking about the refs. But now here we are. I think if the Bills game happens first and the Packers game goes exactly the same way that it did originally, I think that's when all of the fury is coming out, and they probably wear it a little better because everyone would have been like, yeah, man, that's PI. The other thing, Mahomes is getting more of the grief for it, but I thought he handled his post-game pressers last night much better than Andy Reid did. Andy Reid straight up questioned. He next questioned real reasonable questions. The aforementioned and then later allegedly concussed Todd Lebo had the gall to ask about the lateral on what would have been the most notable play of the NFL season if it had counted. And Andy Reid said, I can't believe you're even asking me that right now. Next question. And that's a crazy response for an adult and a longtime head coach to no question a question about another part of the game. I understand that he's seeing red. He is so blind with rage that the only thing he can think about is the refs. But like that's kind of a tough look for a head coach. And I know Mahomes was pissed. He was ready to go for his post-game presser before Andy Reid was. I think Lebo or Matt Derrick told me that. And he was ready to go. Mahomes did not want to be there. He did not want to be having that conversation. He wanted to be out of the stadium. But he stood up there and kind of like talked through his feelings and tried to give thoughtful answers while being deeply frustrated. And Andy Reid was hitting the skip button on the rest of his press conference. Just come on, let's get through this thing. And that to me was maybe the most inelegant look of the night. Mahomes being held back on the sidelines, not ideal, not what you want. But Mahomes postgame I thought was fine. And maybe he'll walk it back a little bit on Wednesday, like Reid did a little bit today. But that I think just that's one other aspect of it that was interesting to me. On your original point there, though, Nate, with it being coaching, you asked Andy Reid today in his Monday Zoom. You brought a perfectly sized quill and scroll to ask, say, Coach, you're known as a coach who is really detail oriented. So what the hell is happening here? You phrased it better than I did now. I'm paraphrasing. But what did you get from him on that one? And what do you think the reasonable answers actually are? Because we heard a lot of the same stuff again from Andy Reid today that we've been hearing for weeks.
Yeah. You know what most people will say about a team that consistently has penalties at the inopportune time, that turns the ball over. Oh, shout out to the
I was like, what happened there? Nate did a thumbs up and a little bubble pop.
My MacBook
Every time you say COVID,
going...
you put a little mask over your face or something.
But okay, let me do this in the numeric better way. Obviously, consistent penalties. A team that has turnovers, more games with turnovers than not turnovers. A team that struggles to score in the fourth quarter.
Balloons are, for those listening later, balloons are surrounding Nate for some reason on his webcam.
And a team that consistently struggles with concentration, lack of execution, i.e. drops. We would say that's an undisciplined, not coached well team.
We would say that, especially if it had been continuing from week 1 through yesterday.
Week 14. So Nate's laptop is pulling a Chiefs wide receiver mistake. Is just amazing. So look, with everything that's been said, how can you fix this? We have all identified the problem. How does a Hall of Fame coach fix it? In his short-term answer today was, I am a teacher. I have to continue to teach. My players have to continue to work. I understand that. But they have a systematic issue that, what's the most objective way I can say this? They have a legitimate issue that cannot and probably most likely will not be solved 100%. But the reason why I asked that question today was because for much of the last week, especially after the Green Bay game, a large segment of the team just wanted to disregard that loss because they could easily point to a egregious pass interference penalty that wasn't called. But he's offsides. And what are you like? How does the coach get the team to rally around the idea of trusting one another, playing for one another, and then having the accountability to say that you're going to do that consistently over and over and over and over again? And it's got to start at the top because that's the way Andy Reid has always built his team culture. You know, there's a reason why he doesn't, publicly criticize players that much. And there's a reason why he says, after every loss, it's my responsibility. Did he say that yesterday, Josh?
I actually did not hear him say that yesterday.
He didn't say it yesterday. They got real problems, y'all. Legitimate problems. They are getting outside of the character of who they are, who their coach wants them to be. And look, I love Jerick McKinnon. But I'm prompted. You cannot say, man, that the refs had it out for us, huh? I'm sorry. You can't do that.
No, you can't.
So the reason why I asked the question is Andy going to be willing to admit fault? And is he going to be willing to build accountability back with himself, back with his coaching staff, and see if it cascades down to the rest of the team? Because you have a reputation and you guys aren't living up to it, and somebody's got to be willing to ask the question why. And whether or not they do that is the next 4 weeks, because they should win the next 4 weeks. They should win out.
Yep.
And have a little bit of confidence before
they most likely will
run.
not play a quarterback the rest of the way who started for their team in week 1.
So, I mean, it's just got to be a point where I think accountability becomes an issue. And again, it's a change of character than what they've been and what the coach has sort of always emphasized. So when the coach is making this level of an abrupt change of tendencies, and he chooses not to bench players, then it seemed to be the only question that I didn't know what the answer was going to be today. And so that's why I asked it.
I think it's really interesting, and we'll talk about some of the other mistakes, the other things that went wrong, maybe a couple things that went right, because as Andy Reid has said a couple times now, like there were some good things in this game. It wasn't enough to overcome what went wrong, but there's a lot more that we will continue to dissect. Refs removed from it all. We'll do that when we come back.
Thanks for listening to KC Sports Network. Make sure you download our new app. Find it on the App Store or Google Play. Just search KC Sports Network.
You want to go offense or defense first, Nate? I think there's stuff to talk about on both sides.
Let's go defense, because does Joe Cullen need to scream like that every time?
Yeah, I'm good with it. I'm good with a Chris Jones, Joe Cullen little dust up on the sidelines every week, if that's the result.
Yeah, does Chris Jones need to yell at Joe Cullen every week? Is this where we are? No, I thought Nick Bolton got into a rhythm. It took him about a quarter and a half, in my opinion. So look, it was smart for the Bills to sort of attack the middle of the field, especially with play action. That was the first touchdown. We sort of gave you guys the preview for that. Who knew? Hey, if I want to openly question, hey, what's Connor Embry doing, or what's his responsibilities? I at least have to say that, man, I don't know what Dave Merritt's doing, but Jamari Connor was a completely different player this week.
We got to stop saying Dave Merritt's name out loud, because he shouldn't be here next year. He should be getting promotions as often as people want to give them to him.
Guys, Jamari Connor played really well. The crazy thing about this is, and I know there's been discussions about, hey, Chris Jones, if the offseason goes a bit differently, how different is the entire receiving room, or just the roster and just the overall tenor of the season? I think that's something that Kent and Matt have continued to discuss on the laboratory, and I understand why. But we're also forgetting that a unprecedented L'Jarius Sneed season is kind of starting to be wasted now, because Stephon Diggs didn't want to run routes anymore in the fourth quarter. Didn't want to run them. I don't want to run routes against this guy. I hate this guy. He annoys me. I'm fed up. Dude, I'm getting old, okay? I'm 30, all right? Stop punching me on every play. Stephon Diggs and L'Jarius Sneed had a great tussle for a quarter, and then Stephon Diggs didn't want to fight no more. He's just like, man, come on, dog. Come on. So L'Jarius Sneed is having an unreal season, and it's getting lost. I don't know. Should I early downs with Matt Dickerson? I don't know.
I don't know what Neil Farrell did to.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. What
I'll give you one.
Yeah. What thoughts you have, Josh?
I fully expected that the way that, and they did this to some extent. I should have, if I would have been smarter on my DraftKings parlay, I could have probably fine-tuned this. But I have photographic evidence that my thought for the Bills' offense in this game was going to be go for the middle of the field, feed your tight ends, and ultimately, as I should have been thinking about before the game, your running backs through the passing game. because you don't have your best coverage linebacker in Drew Tranquil. Having
Right.
Bolton back, some ups and downs notwithstanding, and the missed sack notwithstanding, which is frustrating. Josh Allen will do that to you, but also, you had him. Oh, you had him. Those are so tough to let go, I would imagine, as a defender. That's the moment you're working for all week is to hit the quarterback.
Same with Trick McDuffie. Trick McDuffie's like, he's not supposed to move like this.
Yep. Yeah, and that's frustrating, and it's also, kind of Josh Allen. But when your best coverage linebacker isn't out there and you have been spending most of your season with just one of your top 2 linebackers out there, having Drew Tranquil return to this defense and fingers crossed, knock on wood, salt over the shoulder, maybe Drew Tranquil and Nick Bolton play together again at some point. Like the only thing that the Bills tried to pick on is suddenly fixed. Safety play, you mentioned Shamari Connor, Brian Cook on IR now officially. That was the corresponding move with Nick Bolton. I'd imagine we don't see him again this year, but the Chiefs haven't said that, so I don't know. We're also pretty late in the game, so 4 weeks to 8 weeks is suddenly the season.
Yeah, it's gonna I don't know if it's fair to Brian Cook for anyone to expect him back unless they make like the AFC Championship game, and even then, you might still be wondering about snap allocation and is he in rhythm, and again the intensity and the coming back from early December to like playoff football is not ideal, especially for a player who's young and doesn't have a ton of experience in the postseason in general. So yeah, I think it is fair, Josh, to say that like it's okay if you don't expect Brian Cook to be another, factor for the rest of the season. But it is impressive that with a week's time, Shamari Connor did make this level of jump, knowing that he's going to get more snaps as the season goes along.
And I think seeing more of him is probably a good thing for the long haul anyway. Mike Edwards is moving up a spot, obviously. Leon Bush only played 3 defensive snaps, played a bunch of special team snaps. Wouldn't surprise me if he got an actual roster contract after all of his call-ups are done, although he's probably close to that now. Didn't they have to call him up earlier in the year for a game?
I can look that up here in a minute. I'm not sure off the top of my head.
Not that important. But you have a safety who, while he was the odd man out and after training camp, you have a safety who did play safety in your defense last year, in addition to the rest of those guys. So I feel pretty good about all of that. And I have spent a little bit of time thinking about the future of the Chiefs because that's the sort of thing that this game will lead you to eventually. And I don't really want to think about this defense without Chris Jones, and it really is frustrating that mere competence on offense, and this team is the flying away favorite to win the AFC because of how good that defense has been.
Yeah, and that's also with, once, and again, this is a credit to Steve Spagnuolo and Joe Cullen, and again, Chris Jones, because I think he's in these conversations just as much as like Patrick Matt Nagy, right? In terms of how do you want to attack the opposing quarterback. So Chris Jones moved around a little bit more as the game went along. That freed some things up for, George Karlaftis, for Charles Omenihu. They each got a sack. So they have a legitimate pass rush when given the opportunity, especially when a team has to throw the ball and everybody in the stadium knows it, which is where you want to lean on your pass rush. So Spagnuolo didn't have to blitz a ton in the second half the way he did in the first half, where he felt like, man, we're chasing it. We're trying to keep the offense afloat, and I know if I speed up Josh Allen, maybe something good will happen. Now, yes, you got the interception with Shamari Connor, which I think was a great play by Willie Gay because his entire job was to spy Josh Allen so that he would throw the football and not run, for a 7-yard gain. If you watch that replay, Willie Gay points back to the coaching staff and says, yes, like the fact that I prevented him from running increased our chances because he threw the football into traffic for Shamari Connor to make a really nice interception. Man, they still struggle against the play action pass. It's going to be a little bit different with the New England Patriots up next. But they actually weren't bad against the run. And I don't know how many times we'll say it this year where it's like, the opposing team did not score a touchdown in the fourth quarter. And they lost. It's like, this is, the Green Bay Packers were forced to 2 field goals in the fourth quarter, and they won. The Buffalo Bills were forced to a field goal in the fourth quarter, and they won. They only gave up 1 touchdown to the Eagles in the fourth quarter, early in the fourth quarter, and they won. We don't even have to talk about the Denver Broncos because, I mean, my goodness, 5 turnovers. But yeah, I mean, in all these games, the defense has actually never been like the issue. Like, we have yet to see and maybe this is the funny part, maybe we would have saw it had the Kadarius Toney touchdown counted, because it would have forced Josh Allen into a gotta win touchdown drive with less than 2 minutes left. They have not had to deal with a quarterback outside of Tua Tagovailoa, and that was to just potentially tie the game, or if they score a touchdown, hey, maybe you contemplate going for 2 in Germany. They haven't been pushed. Like, the defense has not been pushed this year to be like, all right, guys, it's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and they have the ball, and it's kind of one of those games where the last team who has the ball wins. Good luck. Like, they've given the offense time and time again opportunities to be heroic. And I have to imagine it's frustrating because so many of the guys, and I understand this, again, from a human standpoint, so many of the guys yesterday, Josh, wanted to be the best teammates they can for the offense, where they just say, man, that play by Travis is incredible. Man, you know, they really took away one of the greatest plays I've ever seen. And hey, you know, if we just don't have that penalty, you know, we're right in it. So it's something where even without his best 11, or let's say his best 14, you know, based on who rotates, Steve Spagnuolo and the defense still got the job done, and you hold that offense to 20 points, you got to win that game. There's just really no way around that.
Yeah, it's deeply frustrating. So let's go back to the offense. The first 58 minutes of it, ideally, Tony Romo was on it early. His quarterbackness really came through in a big way. Where I don't even know if he ended up talking about the MVS one, but Sky Moore and Rashee Rice both had route misjudgments by Romo's eye, and then the MVS deep shot, not a massive deep shot, but would have been a first down. I think it was that whole sequence was infuriating. We can also talk about Rashee Rice putting the ball on the ground, which is not ideal.
Not great.
But the MVS one, I saw the dots for during the game.
Woo!
And MVS is just curling it off and just chugging at full speed right toward another MF in safety. And he's just heading that way. And Mahomes throws the ball, and in real time, it's like, oh, Mahomes put it behind him. That's kind of weird. No, it's not. Because there was some acreage right there that if 11 now he won't understand what we're talking about here, of course, but if 11 just slows up right there and squares up and just waits for that football to come out of the rocket arm of your 2-time MVP, 2-time Super Bowl champion, if you just sit in space, boop, there you go. It's a first down on 3rd and 12. That's what it would have been. Instead, they end up punting. And that was, man, this is the drive for me. It was the 4th offensive drive for the Chiefs. This is the drive for me because 2nd and 18, can't find he tries Richie James downfield.
No, Richie James drops a dime, an absolute dime.
I got to change my highlight color on that one. That was green on my Google Doc, and that was not a green play. Everyone's learning about my real-time note keeping. 3rd and 18. You get Patrick Mahomes to Travis Kelce, 23 yards. It felt like a moment. It felt like Arrowhead maybe started bubbling a little bit. It's like, all right, we're getting a little bit of Chiefs offense again. And then Justin Watson does the Justin Watson thing from whatever, weeks 4 through 8 or something. Kind of that mid-season Justin Watson of, all right, another little chunk play. Clyde gets bottled up, loses 2 on first down. 2nd and 12, Kadarius Toney drops it. Would have been 8, 9, 10 yards, probably gives you 3rd and short. Yep. But hey, you know what? 3rd and 12, MVS has grass. Mahomes has him, and he just keeps running towards the safety. And if we have to talk about what MVS said on Friday, they ended up making the rounds courtesy of PJ Green, Fox 4. And then MVS's response to PJ after posting the video, when MVS could not believe what the guy in that video said. I mean, he must have been absolutely beside himself. That has only grown to irk me more and more because he was playing dumb while PJ was trying to ask a question in a generally kind way, when the truth of the matter, the most factual possible way of asking that question would have been much more rude than the way that PJ did it. MVS on Twitter after the fact claims that he didn't like the way PJ asked the question, so that's why he responded the way that he did, which I think is a load of it. But I digress.
Whoa. Hey, Josh. Hey, man, I'm just looking at the roster sheet. Who the most experienced veteran in the wide receiver room? Like, who got the most leadership, stripes on their shoulders?
Yeah, I thought it would have been the guy who played with Aaron Rodgers for 3 or 4 years and now is in year 2 with Patrick Mahomes, but apparently I was dead ass wrong because he doesn't want it. I don't want to do this. MVS doesn't want it. He does not want to be the leader. He does not want to be the spokesperson of that room. He doesn't want it because he got asked a question about his season not going very well. And he said, this is how all my seasons go. What are you talking about? And I don't think that's quite the dunk you want it to be, man. It's so frustrating. Oh,
but
it's frustrating and disingenuous. And that's what really pisses me off. Disingenuous really makes me mad.
But Coach talks about like accountability, and Coach talks about like playing for your
accountability
for your teammates, and Patrick says, "Look, I just got to do better, even if the throw is on the money,
in your belly button."
Look
on Andy Reid. Last week Andy Reid asked about MVS. He didn't play dumb. He was like, "Yeah, it's tough." We discussed this at the time. He said, MVS just needs to get in the flow a little more. He played 33% of the snaps yesterday. I told you at the time, like, obviously Andy was lying there because he has nothing else he can say about a horrible season from his veteran receiver. But he did not get into the flow playing a third of the snaps on Sunday. And by the way, the wide receiver snap count chart, I think, is just about right. I think they about got it yesterday.
I wrote a story about Rashee Rice a week ago.
Yeah,
it's on The Athletic. You can go read it. They kind of referenced it during the game. Tracy Wolfson. So it's just a small anecdote, kids. I go through my questions with Rashee. It's a good back and forth. He explains things to me. Obviously, I ask follow-ups. I said, "Hey, thanks for the time." You know what? Let me come back to you. I got one more. And also, this works in life. Always go back. Like, always say, what? One more. I know it's a job interview and you're interviewing me, but I just got one more. And I said, "Hey, who's been the guy? Who's been the guy? Who's been the guy that I don't even like, Rashee.
Who's been the guy?
Who's been the guy?" He said Travis Kelce.
I'm going to become the Joker.
He said Travis Kelce. Hey, sometimes, and he said this to me, and I don't think I wrote it in the story, but it was just kind of information for me to understand the thought process, right? And he's like, sometimes I'll listen to the coaches and then I'll bring that information right to Kelce. Because Kelce's on the field and he's run so many of those routes, or he's run variations of those routes against similar or slightly different coverages. And I just want to get his perspective. So who's the guy taking you under your wing, baby? It's Travis Kelce. Guys, Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes have a burden that has never been greater. Never been greater. And so Rashee Rice says, "Hey, if I need a question about what a wide receiver is supposed to do, I just go to Travis Kelce, guys." And look, that's fair. Completely understandable.
Yeah, great. No, I would like Rashee Rice to be talking to Travis Kelce.
I'm just telling you what he told me. Now, with that being said, also, look, dog, if the quarterback is going off the field saying, and I quote, because you can rewind it on CBS or wherever you record your football.
Mute if you're driving in the car with some kids. You got 30 seconds. You got 10 seconds.
I don't know if he unbuckled his chin strap or if he had already done it, but CBS gets real tight on Pat. And Pat just goes, "What the fuck are we doing?" That is his quote, word for word. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, what are we doing? So, again, Richie James is supposed to be the cavalry. He drops the ball. Hey, Kadarius Toney got to get more touches. You know me, guys. I'm in camp. Kadarius Toney got to get more touches. but where is his foot at?
Yep.
Hey, what about Sky Moore? Guys, if you watch the 4th down play, the 4th and 15 play, Sky Moore is open for a split second running a deep dig. He did not get targeted. No. So, look, I'm just supposed to provide the information as it is. If you watch the spider cam on all 22, Sky Moore runs a great route, gets around the safety, gets around the corner, runs the safety on the nice dig, about 15, 16 yards. He didn't get target, guys. What do you want me to say? All right. Maybe Justin Watson can get more reps now. Oh, by the way, Justin Ross just came off the commissioner's list, so hey, stretch out those hammies, son.
As Charles Omenihu said, with absolutely no self-awareness whatsoever, free 8. That's where we're at.
Hey, he's free now.
That's the portion of the welcome to the portion of the season, everybody, where we have arrived, where the Kansas City Chiefs lost a football game to a team whose head coach had to apologize this week for using the 9/11 terrorists as a good example of teamwork.
And rode off into the sunset like a hero yesterday.
Yeah, it was all about rallying around the stupid thing your head coach said a few years ago. Surrounded by a lot of other, real legitimate questioning of his professionalism, and they're playing with Von Miller on the field. Meanwhile, Justin Reid is finding his inner honey badger. He's being the agave hamster or whatever, and he's tweeting at fans about being bums. And MVS is pretending he doesn't know that his season's been a dumpster fire. And this is where we're at. Welcome to the season, everybody. The vibes are horrendous.
The best part, I love the take us into the locker room. Fellas, that was about us. Way to rally. I said we could get this victory. There's nothing better when the camera is also showing you that, hey man, these dudes ain't playing for you, coach.
No,
they not playing for you, baby. They not playing for you. I know you got to say something. They not playing for you, coach. They trying to get an extra paycheck called the playoffs. Okay, like they not playing for you. They playing for their own personal pride, because they don't want to lose to that team. Okay, that's what they playing for. They not playing for you.
And fellas, we will never cease firing. And speaking of ceasefires, yeah, that's the guy. He's gonna go ahead and you're gonna win a Super Bowl with that guy.
Oh my God! Look, man, the AFC's wide open. So look, let me paint a picture, Josh, of optimism. Let me shine it up real nice. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'll take whatever you can do.
Guys, there's still one game up in the division. You thought the division was wrapped on Halloween.
Yeah, I sure did.
It's almost Christmas, and they're still leading the division. When you look at who they are competing against, the last vestige of what this team can hold on to in their bosom, close as it gets warm under that hot fire of the fireplace. When you're in your deepest thoughts at 2 a.m., what they can carry with them, we've done it. We've done it. All I got to keep saying is we've done it. We've done it already. We've done it before. We've done it before. They haven't done it before. We've done it before. Like they just, oh Lord, we've done it. We've done it. We've done it before. He's still healthy. He's still a great coach. We still got Chris Jones. We've done it before. Lamar Jackson hasn't done it yet.
Just done it.
Tua Tagovailoa. He ain't even played in the divisional round yet.
No, it's new to him.
Trevor Lawrence? What'd he do? Like you just gotta like carry yourself, get in that fetal position and rock back and forth and say, we've done it already. We've done it. They haven't done it and we've done it, baby. Who the 6th seed? I don't know, but they ain't done it yet. They ain't done it. They ain't done it yet. Are the Colts gonna get the playoffs? I don't know. He ain't done it yet. Is CJ gonna lead them to the playoffs? He ain't done it yet either. Hell, he ain't even been there. Ooh, that feels nice. That feels warm. Just telling myself, Lord, if I pray to you, you've done it before. You'll do it again, Lord. You'll do it again because Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback for the team that I root for, and he's done it already. He's done it already. He'll do it again. Now, when we get to the Super Bowl, I don't know what's going to happen, guys. That's the problem. The 49ers exist, and stop rocking back and forth. Turn off the fire and start thinking of a vacation, okay? Because the Super Bowl representative of the AFC is almost being lined up to be slaughtered. Yeah. Okay. Now look, that's all they got. That's literally all they have. All they have to hold on to. Hey, MVS, remember, baby, you blacked out. I don't know what substances we gave you, but can you sniff it again? Like, come on. Give this man a bump. I don't know what it is. But look, Lord, they've done it before. We've done, like, all they can say is we've done it. Don't worry about us. What time the game start? Where we got to go? We got to go to Miami? We've done it. We've done it. They haven't done it. We've done it.
We're going Miami. We've done it.
We've done it. And look, to be fair, that's all they can say to themselves. And they have 4 weeks to add something to that. Hey, we've done it before, and we've stopped turning the football over. Hey, we've done it before, and we're at a higher rate than we did before the first 14 weeks of the season. That is my sermon of optimism, guys. Is just get yourself in that blanket. If you have COVID, I'm sorry. If you don't, get next to the fireplace, but just rock with it. Just start praying now that, Lord, you've done it for us before and you can do it for us again. Because how else can I help these people go forward with their day, with their lives, with their season, Josh?
No, that's the message. I will offer one further message, which is a little note for the people watching live right now. After we wrap up here, we will do the drawing for winners from the Soul of KC raffle. Awesome to go be a part of that at Dick's Sporting Goods to do some shopping on behalf of the folks at Operation Breakthrough. It was a great experience. And so we will do the drawings for those coming up here right after we put a bow on this show. So if you're watching live now, don't go anywhere, and we'll give out some great prizes. Hopefully you watching will be among the winners. And with that said, Nate, I know Seth has a big project in the works that'll be hitting the Chief of the North newsletter very soon. I know you are itching to get back out on the field, so to speak, and I can't believe it's Monday. I feel like I have lived a week in the last 24 hours, just the way that this game went. And I think rocking back and forth and holding the Chiefs' recent success to your bosom is probably the best any of us can do. So with that being said, again, we'll do the drawing here in just a moment. But Nate, for the official end of today's episode of Only Weird Games, you can't do better than the bosom. But what else can we say to get people out of here?
I just want to encourage everybody to watch the all 22 of the play in question. Guys, he's better than we all think he is. He caught a pass, evaded 2 guys from tackling him, attracted a third from tackling him, and threw a in the moment off platform spiral on a dime to Kadarius Toney. A throw so good he had to catch it. A throw so good, there's no way he could drop this. No way. Everybody know my girl in the stands watching. We just introduced her to football. She ain't ready for this, y'all. She ain't ready for this. Look at this with the game on the line. Guys, he's better than we all think he is. Travis Kelce, it's a play that is we can never talk about it enough. I honestly believe that. We can never talk about that enough. That play was going to do the same amount of psychological damage as the 13-second game to that team.
Yep.
Because how in the world does he have the presence of mind and the gall and the audacity to throw that football in that moment across the field to a guy who drops late game passes. If the Chiefs do something in January, it is because Travis Kelce is better than we all think he is. And if they don't do anything in January, it is because that is the official turning point of the season. Man. He threw it across the field.
He has a better relationship with the receivers than Mahomes does.
All right, I'm here.
What's up, Tucker?
Hey!
Bright smiling face. So Tucker is here now. Hi, everybody. The show's over. Welcome to the new show.
New show.
I feel like we should like do a little wipe or like change the. You know what I'm gonna do, Tucker? I'm gonna change the lighting for myself in here.
Okay.
Why don't you tell people what you're about to do? I just feel like we need a different
Yes.
energy, a little cleansing energy. Sleepy Boys Society shout out, and I'm gonna change.
Yes.
I'm gonna change the lighting in here.
Yeah, sounds good. No, I am here because I have this ginormous wheel of names that I'm about to add to this here call, and you are going to live watch us. Look at that wheel. You guys see
that wheel?
There is. Let me go over here to my other computer because I have the exact number. 2,744 entries.
What?
In this wheel of names right here.
What?
That's how many tickets we had for the Soul of KC raffle. Appreciate everybody helping out. I believe we had over $20,000 raised that we spent at Dick's Sporting Goods. Incredibly great time out there on Friday. We're going to spin the wheel. I've got the list of prizes here. There will be 24 different winners. I'll be keeping track at the time. But Josh, a part of me thinks that we should probably save like the Derek Johnson signed full-size helmet and maybe the Travis Kelce signed helmet for last.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree. Can I get to pick? Can I just pick which one we do first?
Yeah, sure. I'll let you pick which one we do first.
I want to know who gets to go on the tasting tour with BJ.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
That's what everybody's really here for.
Tasting tour, BJ. This is a VIP tour at Holiday Distillery for you and 12 of your closest friends.
And BJ Kissel, your new 13th closest friend.
And your 13th closest friend, BJ Kistel, with Master Distiller over there at Holiday Distillery. I'm clicking right now to spin. I don't know if my computer's going to blow up or not. We're on this adventure together, guys.
Close some tabs, Tucker. Close some tabs before
I'm seeing movement.
As long as the
name shows up or something.
Greg Renner. Are you guys seeing Greg Renner on there?
I'm seeing Greg yet. No. I'm not seeing Greg Renner.
Yeah, Greg.
And his 12 closest friends.
Greg, you and your 12 closest friends get to go with BJ Kissel up to Holiday Distillery. And if you live in Colorado, Craig Stout said he would come with you as well. So that is also out there. I don't want to tie Craig to anything. But yes, shout out Greg. You have won that VIP tour for 12. And look, as you can tell, tons of names in this raffle here. We appreciate all the support. Again, Josh, do you want to pull another prize or should I just start with the gift cards?
Nate, did any of them really stand out to you? I don't have the list in front of me right now. I'll go pull it up on social here so I can start nitpicking and just sort of go one at a time.
What is one, Tucker, that you think I would enjoy that we can do next?
Ooh, love that.
Oh, I got a good one for you, Nate. A $150 gift card to the Capitol Grill.
Oh, I would do it. Oh,
And if you invite Nate and you will pay for Nate, he'll come with you.
I mean, that sounds like a date night to me, guys.
Capitol Grill, wonderful. We're going to spin for that one. We're rolling for that one for the Capitol Grill. I think I'm going to see the name before you guys see it up here. Behind the curtain here, a little Wizard of Oz moment. I got two computers going on because I didn't want my computer to blow up. Ryan Post!
I can't promise that level of energy for everybody, but so far, 2 up, 2 down.
Well, we're doing a great job. Listen, 22 more to go.
I gotta tell Kent, I'm gonna be late to do 21 questions.
That's true. We were supposed to do 21 questions in 10 minutes, but I don't know if that's gonna happen.
You can do 2 a minute. We can pick up that pace.
All right, next one. Let's just keep going down the line of gift cards. This one is for Third Street Social. We have two. We're gonna have two winners for this, so I'm gonna roll this one, and then we're gonna roll right again into the next winner for Third Street Social. Big fan of that restaurant. Very good restaurant. Out there. Ooh,
Hearing clapping.
Francisco Jameson.
Oh,
It's a fun word, Francisco.
yeah, Francisco.
Cisco. Jameson.
Yeah, sorry, Nate. We need to be funny when Tucker has to write the names down.
Oh,
we got a vent for him.
So look, Francisco, you are on a blind date with.
I want to be clear, Francisco, not how this works, but it would be very fun.
You guys have some stuff in common.
That's true. With John Bax.
John Bax.
Hey, you never knew. Now you know.
Yeah, I mean, look, you guys again clearly have at least a few things in common, so enjoy dinner together, possibly.
Right.
Love
you know, you can tell the hostess to put you guys on the opposite ends of the restaurant as well.
Yeah, however you want to do it, it's fine.
Okay, now we're going on to the Kingdom Bar and Grill, both $50 gift cards. Two winners for the Kingdom Bar and Grill. Same situation we got going on with Third Street Social. Kingdom Bar and Grill at Overland Park, proud partners for our post-game show. You've seen us there many times. Great stuff they got going on there. Good luck pronouncing that one, Michael.
Shout out to Michael Dub.
Wagyu.
Wagyu Spack. Michael Wagyu Spack. I hope that was close, Michael. Congratulations.
It's Wagyu, isn't it? Nice. Shout out, Michael. All right, here we go. Next name on for the $50 gift card to the Kingdom Bar.
In the comments. Hey, Kent, sorry, but we're doing it for this, so I have a good reason.
Kent should understand.
Yeah, Kent,
come on, Kent.
For the best cause.
Teresa Seymour.
Teresa!
Shout out Teresa.
Seymour of Kingdom Bar and Grill. How about that?
That was a Kent joke, so I see what you did there.
Oh, Tucker, that's the meanest thing you've ever said to me.
Now, here's two $50 gift cards to Blind Box.
Oh, okay. Well, now we're getting up to something. Okay.
Up to something indeed. I love the sound effects. I think that's my
Sound
favorite
effects are
part.
great.
Mm-hmm.
Lucas Henson.
Congrats, Lucas. Yeah, the frame rate of all of it isn't giving us the visual spin effect very well here, but the sound, I know it's spinning. And that's
Yes. Yeah. At least we're getting that. Listen, I'm not getting the visual on the other computer either because there is, again, over 2,700 names on this spinner. I tweeted out a picture of it as well.
Oh, fun.
This is insane. Kathy Farr.
Hey!
$50 gift card to Kathy for Blind Box. All right, let's hit Slotskis with a $50 gift card. I went to Slotskis one time. Fun story about Slotskis. I didn't realize how their sizes work, so I got the biggest one. Mistake. That was a mistake.
Fun fact about Schlotzky's, you can just buy the hot sauce. It's great.
Really?
Big bottle of it. Yeah, totally worth it. It'll change your sandwich game forever.
I kind of want that now.
Kelly. Shout out
Congratulations,
Kelly.
Get
Be
the
honest,
hot sauce.
I like the Kellys with the eye. Gotta say, you know,
That's a strong, yeah.
Wise move on the parents.
I'm just
Now let's
seeing how
hit up-
many only weird games out of context things you posted today, Tucker, and there are a lot of them, so that's concerning.
4. I got 4.
Oh,
of them, too.
4?
Yeah.
Dang it.
Thanks,
And
TJ.
they're all video clips too.
I see they're all video clips.
Oh boy.
Mission Taco Joint. These are two $50 gift cards, same as before. Two winners. You each get a $50 gift card. That's how it works. The first winner, Marcy Shelby.
Marcy with an I. We are really in on names that end in an I.
Yes, it's a trend. So if you have a name that ends in an I, good shot.
Getting a gift card.
Here's the second one.
Where's this one to again?
Mission Taco Joint.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love Mission Taco Joint.
Great spot. Jacob Conrad. Shout out Jacob Conrad.
His
Ooh,
last name not spelled like I was expecting. it to
That's
be.
an interesting way to spell your last name.
Did I
Okay.
spell it? Did I say it?
I love it.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
Conrad.
Oh
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
wanna say
It's just
that.
not like the first name. It's like a special. It's Konrad.
Yeah.
And that's cool. I love that.
Speaking of someone with the K in their last name, it was very nice to be like, oh, there's Steve Kornacki. We're in the Steve Kornacki portion of the regular season. Give me all the breakdowns of who wants the 1 seed.
I love it. I do love that very much.
Okay, so we've given out all of the gift cards. Shout out to all our winners so far. Also, sidebar on the Mission Taco Joint. We have an event going on there, the Any Given Holiday Party. So we have a drink at Mission Taco. It's called the Any Given Holiday, partnered with Braden's Hope, part of the foundation. Portions of the proceeds of that drink go to Braden's Hope childhood cancer
Holy
research.
smokes.
And on the 20th, we are having a party at the Crossroads location. So come hang out, get some Any Given Holidays. Just wanted to give a shout out to that as well.
Can you text me about that?
Yeah, I'll send you the graphic that
Also-
Joel made. Shout out, Joel.
Also, can I remind you guys that Shohei Ohtani, I'm just learning, will make $68 million in 2043?
Whoa! I've
based
not
on-
seen the
Based
spread
on
on that.
based on the first.
In
Woo!
sorry, in 2043?
That's
Yeah,
not a real year.
He's pushing the money back quite a bit. So
I'll be alive then.
2 million per year in 2024, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Then it jumps up to 68 million between 2034 and 2043. This is courtesy of Front Office Sports.
It's an absolutely wild contract. You know what else is also wild? This 12-month Cookie Society sampler that
Yeah.
that,
I saw this one and I was like, is it too late for me to get my name on this wheel?
So
That's
it's the
not
monthly
how it works,
sampler.
Josh.
It's a monthly sampler. You'll get it for the whole year. So you'll get their monthly
Oh.
spread for the whole entire year. Shout out to Jeff Allen and Bradley T. Newcomer.
You might have just won a championship and not known it.
Yeah, that's a huge dub there.
Wow.
That is
Wait,
incredible.
so it says Otani's adjusted salary is $2 million per year, but his base salary is $70 million per year.
Makes
I
no
don't-
sense.
Make sure if they're paying this man $2 million a year. All right.
Let's give away some KCSN swag. I'm wearing
Oh, I
the
love
shirt.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nate's wearing the hoodie.
I wore
you-
the Weird Games t-shirt on the trip to Dick's.
Yes, you did. You did
Happy
wear
to
that.
get to wear that out into public.
Yeah, that was a wild sentence.
Yeah.
That was a sentence that I wasn't sure how it was going to end.
Sporting
But-
goods.
Hey!
This
You know,
the swag pack includes a t-shirt, a hoodie, and 2 drink sweaters.
Hey,
Or
how about this? How about
a
this? You
drink
guys
sweater.
think you guys think you're wearing the merch? How about this?
Oh,
Look at that.
come on.
Everything is on the screen right now that you guys will
sorry,
have.
Sorry, Tucker. Also, I want to just remind people we've also got the koozies here, or the coasters here,
Yeah.
but the drink sweaters
Unreal.
are incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty strong. We have 2 winners for this whole package. Shout out to our friends at Sandlot Goods.
And look good,
They're
baby.
incredible. I have a crew neck that says, "I'm just here for Taylor," and I'm pretty sure Josh has one that has the hat.
I have the hat.
Nicholas Morrison. Oh, you can't see
Congratulations.
that yet.
Congratulations, Nicholas. That's a big win for you. And seriously, now we're just plugging on plugs, but sandlotgoods.com, go to the KCSN collection. I've got so many, like half of my hats that are actually in my rotation now are Sandlot.
My head's too big for regular hats. You know those big hats that they make for those biggie hats or whatever they
Yeah,
were?
I put one on at Dick's.
Yeah, it didn't fit my head and I put one on.
Sporting goods. I also did the same. Yeah, I had the same issue.
John Bundy, shout out.
Is that more KCSN swag?
Yes,
Can
that's more
you-
KCSN swag. John Bundy
Oh.
getting a one of those. Okay.
Can you say at Dick's with more enthusiasm, Josh? Just a little bit more. Just a
I'll
little
try
bit
to-
more.
I'll try to keep that request in mind.
All right, let's go with the Worlds of Fun package. Listen, I went out to
Ooh.
Worlds of Fun. I think that was this summer for my sister's birthday. Incredible. It
haven't
still
been in a
got it.
minute.
They still got it.
Really?
They
Yeah.
still got it out there. Alex McDowell, you're getting that Worlds of Fun
Okay.
package. I believe it was actually bought out by Six Flags. Worlds of Fun was
What?
or Cedar
What?
Point or whatever like
How
that.
dare
The
they?
parent company was bought out by Six Flags. They are
Oh, they're
Still-
merging.
yeah, they're still gonna keep the Worlds of Fun name though. So don't worry.
Better.
Damn right they are.
Better.
Still going to do it. And here are 2024 Big 12 tournament tickets. 2 tickets to the 2024 Big 12 tournament. A very fun event, might I add. Lots of basketball. It's a good basketball. You're going to the best conference in college basketball right here in Kansas City. Teresa Asbury. They're going to be going out there.
Congratulations. Get ready to meet a lot of Iowa State fans.
Yes.
They just take that place over. It's not even
But
it's not
hey,
a joke at all. It's just a true thing. It's incredible
you-
every year.
Teresa, when you see Holly Rowe for me, say hello. Just
Mm,
there's nothing like Holly Rowe at the Big 12 tournament saying, Bill Self, you did it again. Like, come on, Holly. Of course you did it again. You're the best kids.
we've got We're up to the big. We're to the big guns now, fellas.
Big gun
Okay.
territory. All right.
We're
All
big
right.
guns.
Nate, get up in this A gap with me.
All right.
tell
I
me about-
love. By the way, I love Holly Rowe. Say hello, Teresa, for me, please.
Tell me
Legitimately.
what's next here, Tucker.
We're giving away Chiefs tickets.
Oh boy.
Chiefs versus Raiders. Christmas Day. Parking included. You don't even have to go out and buy parking. It comes with parking.
Spend your Christmas at Arrowhead. You're
Gonna.
gonna have
We're
very
spinning the wheel.
With O'Connell as the opposing quarterback or Jimmy Garoppolo.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Suspense.
Bradley!
It's the road.
I'm glad
I'm
you
going
tried
for
that
it.
one.
I'm gonna hope that was it. You guys both
Nope,
went
I said
Bradley and
right
then just
at
left
Bradley.
it hanging.
Yep,
And so I decided HISEROTE, just so you know, Bradley, if you're watching, that's you.
That wasn't my post snap assignment. I didn't have the last name once the ball was snapped. It's not my assignment.
Oh, that's a great victory right there. A
Shout
couple
out
of Bradley's cutting it up today. Really glad to see all this Bradley success.
Let's go ahead and go with the Will Shields signed mini helmet. I'm going to spin the wheel. Tell you a fun fact about this one. We have 3 mini helmets: Patrick Mahomes, Trent McDuffie, Will Shields. The Will Shields mini helmet has a gray face mask on it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so it's the throwback helmet. John Lovelace.
John Lovelace.
John Lovelace. He sounds like you could be a pitcher for the Kansas City Royals.
Dude, he really does. Really does.
Hey, they got a picture today. How about that?
How
Shout
about
out
getting
Will Smith.
multifaceted 5-tool player Will Smith? He'll act, he'll rap, he'll smack your friend. I mean, he'll do anything.
Can he give
Next-
us 6 strong though?
I think so.
That's what he needs. That's what we need. This one is for the Trent McDuffie mini helmet. Mini helmet of Trent McDuffie. Listen, some people really into the mini helmet game. Maybe I might dip my toes into the mini helmet game because they've got some pretty sick ones over at Rydell, I think is what they're doing. Alex McDowell.
Did Alex McDowell win something earlier? Is this a double winner? Wow. I think it might be.
What did he? Okay, the committee has to get involved.
They get
What did he
multiple
do?
tickets. I was afraid this was going
They
to
do.
happen.
They do get multiple
This
tickets. Listen.
This is a totally clean win. I just want to make sure,
Look, the
correct?
integrity of the spinner has to be without question intact. Okay. Shout out to Alex.
The spinner, I have no doubt. I'm just, hey, Tucker, I'm checking my alignment with you here. I'm just kind of
Is
seeing.
Alex? Where's
Yep.
Alex's foot? Is he in the blue line?
I'm asking you, Tucker, if you have multiple entries, you can also win multiple times. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
Multiple entries. Honestly,
we didn't get that. We didn't get that warning
yep.
before the game.
Yeah, it's
Tucker. We
that's
didn't
exactly
get that
right.
warning. All right.
Next-
I just
next-
want to know
Tucker,
how we're
next
playing the game.
Can't believe you asked me a
late-
question like that.
This late in the game, I need to know if I've had a warning that you can win twice.
This is for Mahomes, by the way. Mahomes signed mini helmet.
Mahomes?
This is Mahomes signed mini helmet. Big one. Eric Barman. Spoiler
Eric
alert. Eric.
Barman
There he
with
is.
2
There he
N's.
is.
Yeah.
There he
And
is.
one Patrick Mahomes mini helmet. Congratulations, Eric. That rules.
Unreal.
Honestly, I keep thinking about Alex still winning that. The odds of that happening coming up twice are kind of insane. Like, he did probably buy multiple tickets, right? This is for the Chris Jones signed jersey, by the way. Did probably buy multiple tickets. I know he did because I put every name in this.
Yeah.
But like, still, it's like however many you bought out of 2,700. So shout out to Luck, and also shout out to Marshall Khan
That's the Chris Jones jersey for Marshall
for the
Khan.
Chris Jones jersey.
Oh.
Marshall Khan.
What's left on the docket here, Tom?
So we have a Karlaftis signed jersey, and we also
Okay.
have the Derek Johnson signed full-size helmet and the Travis Kelce signed full-size helmet. I think we have to save Kelce for last.
I think do it in that exact order. I think let's go Karlaftis here.
All right, this is for George, old Georgie's jersey, the water polo wonder who leads the Chiefs currently in sacks. George Karlaftis.
And in fury.
Caleb Pace.
Caleb. Pace.
Caleb Pace, thank you for your donations, obviously. I should mention that we will be reaching out to you. Everyone who wins, we will be reaching out. You don't have to do anything on your guys' end. We will reach out to you because I believe we have, with the way that Venmo works. If you Venmo, check your Venmo DMs. This is for the DJ signed helmet Full-size helmet, by the way. A full-sized helmet. And it's the white helmet with like the red arrowhead and the black face mask. The little like Rydell alternate that they did. It looks pretty clean. You can see a picture on our socials. But I don't know if this is Jeremy Aker. There we
Jeremy
go.
Aker.
Hey. I mean, what
helmet.
a victory. What a victory.
That's a huge one. This is the big ticket item.
Last one here.
Last one here.
Now you're saying Hall of Famer, dater of Taylor Swift,
And better than we think.
Travis Kelce.
Oof. Here we go.
What's the exact item again here, Tucker?
It's a full-size helmet. It's actually the gold alternate that Rydell did, signed in a red Sharpie. So the signature pops off of that like gold. Oh, buddy.
Going to
John
Roden!
Roden!
His name is in all caps. I don't know why, but I like it.
That's how he sent it in. I respect the dominant factor.
All caps, John.
All caps. Listen, on a serious note, shout out to everybody who donated to the raffle. We really do appreciate that.
Yes.
It's one of the fun things that we do. Obviously, got the opportunity to shop at Dick's Sporting Goods. That was obviously very fun. We'll have a video coming out, a little recap and everything. But yeah, shout out to all the winners. Again, I was floored when I put all these names in, and my computer almost blew up like 4 times. Chrome asked for me to wait, page unresponsive, to wait for a few times when I was pasting all these in. Over 2,700 of you. We appreciate everybody hanging out here. I'm just going to go ahead and end the stream now because I have the power to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and end it. Thank you guys for watching all the way here. We really do appreciate you. Hit the like and subscribe for more Chiefs content. Lab going live at 8. Josh is going to be on 21 Questions tomorrow afternoon. That will air. We got all kinds of stuff for you at KC Sports Network. We'll see ya.